forget America. White America is an irredeemably racist country, and that the only course for the Negroes is to bring about a final, violent, apocalyptic confrontation of black and white.
The right to democracy has long been denied to the citizens of Detroit through a corporate voting system. A gentrification is a form of ethnic cleansing, American style. I will also be exploring the unspoken ethnic component behind Detroit gentrification. Next, Real Detroit TV will be focusing on the serious economic upheavals affecting those living in what are deemed historically, economically depressed neighborhoods that have been deliberately denied resources, but steeped with intrinsically valuable homes that have once again been found appealing. In 2009, 40,000 absentee votes were too poorly secured to be recounted, and thousands of written-in ballots appeared to be in the same handwriting in 2013. Real investigations into these incidents have never taken place, which explains why Detroit does not reflect the people who live here. Real Detroit TV will be doing a deep dive to compile a crime and investigative anthology series examining the corporate financial oligarchy that implemented the wholesale privatization of an entire U.S. city and the effects it has on the residents. Real Detroit TV will examine and expose the full backing of a federal court acting on behalf of a powerful corporate and financial interest, a cabal of capitalists, politicians, and legal and financial bagmen that have looted virtually all of Detroit's basic public infrastructure.
You talk about peak oil, you talk about global warming,
with skillful
you talk about
manipulating
UN,
of
you
press,
talk about the NWO.
they're able to make the victim
They're
look
prepping
like
for mega.
the criminal, and the criminal look like the victim.
Once the red carpet gets rolled out for this New World Order program, everything is free game.
I welcome you to Make It Plain TV.
A massive protest inside the Common Air Young Municipal Center downtown Woodward and Jefferson. These people, about 100 strong, protesting the overtaxation.
Cut the damn check! Cut the damn check! Cut the damn check!
These protesters demanding that the city repays those residents that got overtaxed. Police are moving in. They're threatening to either arrest everybody or shut the building down.
The city council building is now closed. It's now closed for public safety.
Protesters claiming victory here, shutting City Hall down.
Coleman Alexander Young Municipal Center has just been shut down. This is a tremendous victory.
Local 4 cameras, the only ones there today. We'll have much more on this coming up at 5 o'clock on Local 4 News at 5.
Talk about a little bit about the history of the city of Detroit. This is a predominantly black city, just like Flint. We had a 1967 we call it rebellion, but other people would call it a race riot. Okay, what happened is that a lot of Caucasian people move out of the city, and so it's always been this thing that we're going to take Detroit back from the black people. And we had a mayor by the name of Coleman A. Young who was very adamant about keeping Detroit predominantly black because of the racist suburbs, pretty much. You know, Brooke Patterson and Brooke Patterson, they made it very clear if we go across 8 Mile, this street called 8 Mile, that we'll be harassed, even killed. So it was really bad, and as a little girl, we was always taught, don't go across 8 Mile, or you're going to get harassed. So I think that after Coleman A. Young died, I think he put stuff in place. And then we had another mayor who basically wanted to, we call, sell out to the white folks, and created policies that didn't benefit the city of Detroit resident at all, but benefited the suburbs, to the point where all our jobs was basically given out to the suburbs. And even to this day, 70% of the jobs downtown. Now, matter of fact, 90% of the jobs downtown. 90% of the jobs downtown is not held by Detroit. It's not Detroit residents. All of them is outside of the city of Detroit. And 70% of everybody living in the city got to drive miles away just to make $10 $10 an hour. So this was a well-strategic plan to not only reduce the population of the city of Detroit because it was predominantly black, but to make sure we would never regain any real power or have the control over the so-called resources of the city of Detroit. And we had particularly our own elected official, which predominantly was black, that helped orchestrated this, and so when you think about the city of Detroit, I just want people to understand that a lot of the situations that happened to the city of Detroit, it was out of our hand. It was a lot of that stuff was on the state of Michigan has targeted every predominantly black city in the whole entire state, from Detroit to Flint to Benton Harbor, Pontiac, Highland Park, you name it, all had financial managers. But the cooperation from our own elected people who are predominantly black assisted in destroying their own culture and people. And so I just want people to understand that we are resilient people. We've been fighting on the ground, but we also can stop this gentrification process in the city of Detroit, and we can have a redevelopment of the city and without displacement. I want to talk about, because I did a lot of work around the housing crisis in the city of Detroit. We lost over 100,000 homes in the city of Detroit, and 2011, the old Treasury before Eric Chabris foreclosed on 100,000 people homes in 1 year, making us the first American city that ever foreclosed on that many homes at one time. And what's so sad about it is that 70% of those homeowners was actually qualified to get their taxes exempt because they was too poor to pay for them. And now ACLU has sued the city of Detroit and won a lawsuit based upon the fact that they intentionally foreclosed on these people's homes. And when President Barack Obama sent the federal fund, which is the hardest hit fund, the city of Detroit was sent hundreds of millions of dollars to assist in this crisis. And our own governor, Snyder, and our mayor, Mike Duggan, intentionally went to the United States government, to the Department of Treasury, and asked, can they divert that money to remove blight in our community? And then our mayor had given all the contracts to demolish these properties to predominantly white construction companies, to the tune where I can show you these big, huge demolition holes in the city of Detroit. That's all in the city of Detroit. That basically we got over 700 of these holes in the city of Detroit that I've been trying to get filled in the city for months now, and that is totally dangerous to our community and our public and everything. And I gotta find it, but I could just show you all these demolition holes that we have in the city of Detroit. And this fraud, this plain out corruption, this is totally illegal. But this happens when you don't have citizens that is willing to vote these people out. And they have this fear tactic that they do with our residents. They give us a little crumbs to the elderly people. We call it the chicken dinners. They'll go to the nursing homes and they give out little chicken dinners, and then, oh, vote for me, oh, vote for me. And since only we got 400,000 registered voters and only 20% of them actually vote, so they able to win whole elections in districts that got 100,000 people with 10,000 votes. Small percentage of voters that's voting. And so one of our major goals, outside of me being a Detroit Charter Commission, is that I'm actually rewriting the City of Detroit Charter, which is our local constitution, so we can lay the framework in a way what is actually benefiting the residents of the City of Detroit. But on top of that, actually creating a campaign to increase the amount of people to vote between the ages of 18 and 35 and an election that we about to have in 2021.
You got to keep an eye on me.
Job well done here.
Congratulations. Good to see you, man. Good. How have you been? Good to see you. All right. How you doing, man?
Good game.
Good. How you doing? Good. Good to see you. All right. Oh, my goodness. Please sit down. Thank you. It's a really special day driving here, coming up Van Dyke, go past the old Kettering High School where
Andhra Rush is building the new Dakota plant. Then come up here past where the Maroons are building a $500,000 logistics plant. It's amazing what's happening on the east side of town. I want to start by introducing my partners, the ones who have made all of this possible, the members of the Detroit City Council. And of course, let's start with the outstanding City Council President, Brenda Jones. Our strongest advocate for affordable housing in this city, the Council President Pro Tem, Mary Sheffield. And the person who's single-handedly shaped the attitude toward the value of returning citizens coming back into our community and our workforce, Councilmember Janae Ayers. The man who knows every block club in every corner of his district, Councilman James Tate. Somebody who's been remarkable, and he succeeded his 2 careers. He's still legendary in his role at the Detroit Police Department and is getting the same way in the City Council, Roy McAllister. On this side, that really tired-looking man who is still on paternity leave, the new father of Ezra, Scott Benson. Person who's been telling me what to do since the day I got here, Councilman Andre Spivey. This city has changed its approach in the way that we view immigrants in recent years, and a major factor in that very positive development is Council Member Raquel Castaneda-Lopez. And I would tell you that he is the hardest door knocker I ever met in my life, but he's actually second. His father, Burton, was the hardest. A great councilman from the West Side, Gabe Leland. And the woman who has the hardest job in Detroit this year, because we're going to have a massive turnout this November, our city clerk, Janice Winfrey. And I'd like to introduce the other members, the elected officials who are here. From the Charter Commission, Nicole Small, Quincy Jones, and Richard Mack. Please stand up and be recognized. Did I miss anybody? And Joanna Underwood. Sorry, not on the list. Welcome. And on the police...
Sick and tired of this shit. I don't know what to do. I want to fight everybody. I swear I want to fight everybody. I'm sick and tired of these fake ass activists in Detroit. Y'all all talk about who lead the organ. I don't care who lead the organization. I don't care who lead the movement. I don't care about what y'all doing. If what y'all doing ain't what we doing, y'all ain't doing shit. That's all I got to say. Ain't no us in this. Ain't no I, ain't no team, dog. Ain't no I, no team. If we all working in our own silos, we ain't doing shit. We got to work together. It's about unity. It's about bringing everybody efforts, consolidating it to bringing everybody together. You ain't talking about bringing y'all shit together and bringing this work in and we putting it in together. Then what you talking about? You talking about conquer and divide. As long as they got us working in our own little silo tools, we not working together. We ain't doing shit together. We ain't moving nothing together. That's how, if we ain't doing shit together, we ain't moving shit together. If we ain't moving together, we ain't doing nothing. And that's how I feel. And if you want to get mad, you niggas want to get mad at me for telling y'all how I feel, then fuck you. Fuck you niggas, I don't care. Fuck you niggas. And you better leave me alone, because I'm going to start naming it officially. After that meeting last night with Duggan, I seen the writing on the wall real clear. That white man got power. That white man got power that the black man should have. I seen that man's power. That white man is smart as hell. He got y'all niggas shook. I wanted to get so mad. I was ready to go to jail last night. I swear I was ready to go to jail. I was ready, like, I don't care about being no commissioner. I don't care about none of this shit. I'm ready to go to jail. I'm about to go off straight up. grace of God, God was like, Joanna, please, just leave. So I had to leave. That's why I left. But I was mad as hell, crying all night long, crying, because I know that our man is a weak-ass man. That's why I'm crying. I'm crying because I know I'm a woman and I only can do so much. You know what I'm saying? But y'all brothers, y'all got the power and you're not using it, and then you want to get mad when I call you a weak-ass nigga, because that's what you is, a weak-ass nigga. Leave me alone. Out here at the house playing Call of Duty, and I call your ass to duty to go in the streets and make sure we secure that house. You let them if you let them rob us out of this $600 million plus, then y'all weak as hell. And I don't care what y'all say. Man, they took y'all people's houses like that. Y'all know they took y'all mama house. I don't give a damn. This one brother gonna say, well, they ain't take my mama house. Man, that's a weak ass answer, dog. That's a weak ass answer, man. I don't care if they ain't take your mama house. They took somebody's mama house. We supposed to be one people, right? We supposed to be a village, right? The village take care of the whole village. Give a damn about your mama didn't lose her house. It was plenty of black mothers that did. It was plenty of black mothers. If you ain't securing housing, if you ain't securing water, look, I don't give a damn what y'all talking about, y'all work y'all doing. I don't care what y'all brothers talking about in the nation. I don't care what y'all brothers talking about in Science Temple. I don't care what y'all brothers talking about. None of y'all organizations talking about. And unless you securing housing and water for your children, you ain't doing shit. That's the first priority. What you do? You secure what? You secure home. You secure home. You secure home. That's what I'm talking about. You're supposed to secure these houses and make sure these women got water to cook and clean and bathe their children. Your children is their children. You got there walking around here making all these goddamn... Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Hell no. You ain't recognized. Hell no.
Detroit City Charter Commissioner Underwood
Joanna Underwood, founder of the Detroit Black Women's Council, the reason she has a platform right here is because most of you jive-ass, do-nothing, handkerchief-head, Negro status quo enablers, you wouldn't do it. Duly elected official, over 60,000 votes from Detroiters. Yeah, second highest vote getter. The one that was number one was flown to South Carolina. Oh, yeah, I know what happened. I know what you were doing down there, Carolyn. Yeah. Some of y'all been on that political slave auction block for Bloomberg. Yeah, I call it out like that. You folks think those boos were not paid for by Bloomberg? Hell yeah, he paid for them. I can roll like that. I believe that. Plus, Carol's a public figure. You can go in on public figures up to a point. But here, on this show, we've got to tell our own stories. I will not allow phony white professional empathizers to hustle our people for their ends. They will call themselves journalists. Then write about white folks a bit more. Write about some of the systemic racism going down in Detroit and call it like that. What do you think water shutoffs are? That's systemic racism. When water shutoffs go down in Detroit, impacting mostly black, mostly poverty-stricken black folks in Detroit, that's systemic racism. Yeah, it's also a manifestation of wealth inequality in America. You know, as a veteran, the other day at the Pulse Institute Forum, I wore my lifetime membership, VFW, Veterans Forum Wars cap, because America is not at work in this Detroit. Water is a human right, yet water is cut off. Nobody even discusses the rise of hepatitis in Detroit. You don't want to discuss it? You certainly won't hear it in anyone's State of the City address. You won't hear it. That's why I say vote no on DIA until those that were victimized by illegal property tax assessments are made whole. Cut the damn check, Mike. Somebody. Cut the damn check. That's what Commissioner Willie Burton said after the Pulse Institute Forum at Wayne County Community College District and at the downtown campus when Fox 2 interviewed him. And they showed the whole quote from Commissioner Burton, who went to jail fighting the systemic racism of facial recognition technology, which is going to get it wrong nearly every damn time on us. Willie Burton said, cut the damn check on the air. He wasn't trying to be polite or politically correct. And until they stop water shutoffs, until they cut the check, make Detroiters that were subjected to a grand larceny by the assessor and city government and the treasurer of Wayne County, until they cut the check, until they make Detroiters whole, vote no on DIA. That's some leverage you have. That's direct action. When you vote no, vote no, vote no on the DIA. Now someone's going to say, Sam, I don't see the dots connected. Oh, why would you say that? Don't you see the cute little black kids in the commercials? I don't give a damn about your flat screen commercials trying to brainwash us. Don't play us like that. Do something for us. Don't just keep trying to add to the property taxes with these millages and whatnot. You don't need to pay one damn penny more for anything that they already looted from you the way they stole the DIA from the people of Detroit. When I say that, that's black Detroit. Be clear on that. Race matters all the damn time. And so don't come in here hustling us, trying to make like you empathize, trying to get a Pulitzer Prize on our misery. Hell no. Write about your people. And I'm not anti-white. Hell no. But when you're pro-black, you don't let white folks play you. You see, the rightness of whiteness has been normalized for centuries. We get the rightness of whiteness almost 100% of the time on those slick, flat screen TVs, smart TVs listening at you. Can even video you. You don't even know what's going down. You talking to Alexis and all that. FBI already warned you about it and you didn't listen to them. Because, see, we support everyone but ourselves. You go out there puffing up your chest. You bad. And that's why I really want to hear Joanna Underwood after I get through with this monologue and we get into the show. I really want to hear her go in on all you tough brothers out there. Player, 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 player. Can't play nobody. Can't go with 3 or 4 minutes and say, oh, baby, it was so good. Give me a break, Negro. Please. Yeah. We support everyone but ourselves. And I'll tell you something else I want to see Joanna Underwood go in on. Some of you jackleg, handkerchief-head contractors using your race status to play us. And then others do it, white folks, playing us too, claiming to be minority contractors. You're not a minority contractor in Detroit. Majority black Detroit, but you don't know it. They tell you you're a minority, so you believe that. That's how power rolls. They turn the universe upside down, marginalizing our very existence. That's a form of economic genocide. What? Economic genocide. Yeah. By the way, this is Riddle at Random, the show they don't want you to listen to, because we have people in this studio, like a Joanna Underwood, Charter Commissioner. All that. If you don't like it, tune away. Go to a hater station. Listen to the weather and get a traffic report, which, by the way, I remind you, it's slick as hell out there. You running up and back of me with those SUVs like it's a snowmobile. When you hit your brakes, you're going to spin. You can't use your phone at all on a day like this, holding it. Engage in some phone sex. Make that slick phone to the software in your car so you can drive hands-free. Yeah, have a little phone and car sex. Your phone, mating it to the software in the car. See, your eyes perk up when you hear the word sex.
Yeah, I do.
Everything ought to perk up, but it won't. You know, you just got to be in shape and be mindful. If you're mindful, everything works. See, you so cool, you get cool away from everything that really counts. Roll another fat one, sucker. You know, I said it, and I made a note here to myself. Be sure to talk about those boos. Those boos came from people Bloomberg bought tickets for. Ordinary people couldn't even pay. But the Democratic Party was charging anywhere from, I had the number here, anywhere from $1,300, I think, on up. Who the hell can pay $1,300 to hear those them nuts go off? Running for president. Hell, sounded like Let It Rip when I'm on there. A little bit, I go in a little bit tougher and I'm going to be heard, yeah. I mean, the American people deserve a lot more than they got from those folks on the stage yesterday. All of a sudden, the guy who proved to me that you could be gay and racist, Mayor Pete, his level of consciousness has been raised on the issue of race. And he can lecture someone on race. When black folks in South Bend didn't even show up when he announced for president. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? It's just amazing. But you know, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the Sambo dinner, 6 o'clock. Better get there about 5 something. Over at the International Center, over there off of Kirby. Yeah, get over there. It's right over there by the DIA, International Center. Call them out. Annual Sambo dinner. I noticed that Hollywood Craig hasn't issued, or Gary Brown, any press releases or called any press conferences like they did last year. totally indignant about being named Sambo awardees by Call 'em Out. See, Agnes Hitchcock and I don't say who the Sambos are. I'll be emceeing this dinner too, like I did last year. Hell, I've had to atone sometime when I get on shaky ground. And if you're named a Sambo, you can show up at the dinner, but you gotta atone. Don't walk in there trying to be bad and tough guy, and you right and the Sambo attendees are wrong. You don't want to do that. Just come in, humble, atone. You know what you've been doing. You know you strayed from the people's lane. When you stray from the people's lane, you get what you got coming. You get a Sambo Award. Hell, Hollywood Craig, police chief. Big press conference last year. I was doing this show with Agnes, had 2 TV crews in here. Fox 2, WXYZ, the ABC affiliate, Channel 7 was in here. They had to come a long way across the driveway. We share the same guard shack here. Folks think 7 owns everything. They got everything to the right of the guard shack. Yeah, we over here on the left side of the guard shack. It's like that. And you can Call 'em Out and the Sambo Award for the increase in the number of ads being run trying to recruit more black folks to the Detroit Police Department Academy. It wasn't until Hollywood Craig and the Detroit Police Department was called out for the systemic racism that led to more whites going through that academy than blacks. Until that was called out and pointed out, they weren't running any ads recruiting, featuring us, looking like majority Detroit. That was a grassroots victory. A grassroots victory. Just like when they didn't put that jive-ass bond proposal for blight from Mayor Duggan, Mike from Livonia, running the plantation, Detroit. Council voted against that. Some council members walked out of the Pulse Institute forum the other night when I said it was a do-nothing rubber stamp Detroit City Council, but I was proud of the way that they were starting to move, starting to address some of the issues. Hell, we have invited, I'm a senior fellow with the Pulse Institute, the premier anti-poverty think tank in America that's now receiving world attention because of our work, because of our publications, because of our attitude. Detroit City Council President Brenda Jones has been invited twice to participate on the panels. Hell, I have Congress people asking me, when will they be invited to sit on a panel? And kudos to Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib for showing up. And she knew where she was at. She was on the direct action panel at Wayne County Community College with myself, Pastor Solomon Kinlock of Triumph. Yeah, Tina Patterson, the attorney president of the Pulse, Bankole Thompson, of course myself, the direct action panel. I'll be right back, and then I'm just going to unleash her on you. Joanna Underwood, you're listening to 910 AM Superstation. When we come back, Duo Freedom. Oh, Joanna has to endure my monologue. I don't care.
I like your monologue.
What?
Because I didn't watch the. I was at the State of the City address, which I walked out of there.
I want to hear about that. I didn't go. I didn't look at it.
Yeah, I walked out of there, but I had so much composure because it took everything in my might not to yell.
I'm glad that you didn't. You're an elected official.
Yeah.
But you're the people's elected official.
Yeah, I wanted to go off.
Actually, I mean, you know, whatever hits you. Good. But you did walk out.
I did walk out though, so I mean.
So and they did have seats for y'all.
No, they ain't have seats for me. And then he called me out. He's on the mirror like, Joanna Underwood, you wasn't invited or something like that.
No, he didn't?
Yes, he did.
Did he say that?
Yeah, he said, I didn't see you on the invite.
Did he say that? He's not going to invite a member of the city charter commission?
No, he didn't say he was not going to invite. He said I wasn't on the invite list.
He said that to the audience?
Yeah, in front of everybody. Call my name out and everything.
Oh, she shouldn't have told me that. Now that's how I'm going to introduce you.
Yeah, but
the non-invitee.
They said that my name wasn't on the list because they did invite the charter commission, but my name wasn't on the list. I told them I wanted to come, so I don't know how. I told them that I was going to.
But you should. That's your duty. I'm right. Part of your responsibility.
Yeah, I told Kara I was going to come, so I don't know if she put it through or not.
Carol wasn't there.
No, she wasn't.
Carol was in South Carolina.
Yeah.
I know where she was. I done called her out already, you know.
She was out there campaigning for Bloomberg, huh?
Yeah, she's out there for Bloomberg.
She went from Cherie to Bloomberg.
Whatever. Cherie has wished me well constantly on my health. He's been consistent with that.
Yeah.
That's more than to get from some of these hating activist types.
Exactly.
But I don't care.
Sure.
It's on me to take care of me. It's on me to take care of me.
Yeah, that's true. But you done put in work just like everybody else. People ain't put in nothing. Always got something to say.
You can now register and vote on the same day.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, we have to set the tone because every day in Detroit, east side, west side, southwest Detroit, but in Detroit, north side of Flint, south side of Flint, Saginaw, Pontiac, Inkster, Romulus, every day is a struggle day. Every day is a day to be a freedom fighter. That ain't rhetoric, that's a lifestyle. Detroit is a no-bluff zone. North side of Flint, no-bluff zone. You know, some of you may not like that because of the severe class divide amongst black folks. A lot of folks don't even know about the severe class divide that exists in black America. But it's real. And you know, last night, over at, I think, the Flexgate operation, one of the great polluters on the planet owns that. I think the same guy owns one of those NFL teams. But last night, Detroit City Charter Commissioner member Joanna Underwood went over there, second highest vote getter for city charter in Detroit. America's blackest, poorest, yet go hard cities, Detroit. Joanna Underwood went over there to the mayor's State of the City address, invitation only. Heaven forbid majority Detroit be allowed to come now. And the mayor actually, I understand, called out. Charter Commissioner Joanna Underwood said to the whole audience that she, Joanna Underwood, duly elected member of the Charter Commission, and that's the commission that will eventually draft and present to the people of Detroit the instrument that will govern the operations of the city of Detroit. This head of the Detroit plantation, Mayor Duggan, said, you weren't. invite list, Joanna Underwood. Call her out in front of the entire audience. Joanna Underwood, your microphone.
Thank you for that interesting introduction. Yeah, you know, I went to the city address, you know, I swallowed my pride and went, you know, to hear what the mayor had to say about the state of the city. I knew I was going to be amongst, you know, the black elite crowd, the Duggan puppets and stuff like that. You know, and so I went there. I don't know what happened. I didn't have a seat. I know I told, you know, the chair, Carol Weaver, that I wanted to attend. I was just asking what was the time.
She was in Carolina.
Well, yeah, now.
Handkerchief heading for Mike Bloomberg.
Yeah, so
he is the racist stop and frisk program.
So she was down there, you know, promoting a racist white supremacist down in South Carolina, Mike Bloomberg. So anyway, you know, I was there, you know, everybody stood up. I didn't stand up. So, you know, I know he peeped that I was there. Everybody that knows me in that circle was already uncomfortable soon when I walked in the door. You know what I'm saying?
What?
They don't
you
know.
An entire audience?
Yeah, they already know because everybody that's in that whole circle, like I called it, you know, the Jim Jones effect. You know what I'm saying? They are the cheerleaders of Duggan, and anybody that's not really walking step to step with him is, you know, you already the outsider. So I was there. I was definitely uncomfortable. I listened to all the lies he was spewing out his mouth, and I couldn't believe, you know, how, you know, people that are educated could clack for that. You know what I'm saying?
They get paid to clap
for that. Warren Evans and the treasurer, Eric Chabris, and all them people up there that snake Lawrence Garcia, the attorney, the city attorney Lawrence Garcia, and that David Messeron, the CFO of the city of Detroit. You know, so these type of people was up in there. You know,
they hanging up on you, Joanne. I had a board full. As you started to talk, the callers are starting to drop off.
Well, yeah. Well, let them drop off.
I give a damn.
But yeah, let them drop off because it's real. You know what I'm saying? That whole state of the city address was nothing but some straight propaganda, and it's so. And when I was driving home, I was breaking down crying because we are in some bad conditions here in the city of Detroit, and we do not have enough people that is woke, that is ready to fight this battle, and it hurts my heart because all these black men out here sit up in here every day, kill each other every day. They sit up in here robbing each other, killing each other, going to jail for 20, 30 years, doing all kind of bids. But when it comes down to fighting for these people's houses, y'all are no-show. When it comes up to fighting for these children, y'all are no-show. When it comes up to fighting for these baby mamas that y'all impregnate everywhere throughout the city, y'all are no-show. And I'm sick of it. And I'm sick of y'all depending on these elderly black men to do work that y'all supposed to been put in. They already put it in there. They've been fighting since the 50s and 60s and stuff, since the 70s. You know what I'm saying? They tired. Y'all should stand up as young black men and reclaim this city. This is supposed to be y'all street. Y'all shutting down the lodge, but y'all scared to go down there and shut down the city county building. Let me see y'all shut down the city county building the way y'all shut down the freeway to do donuts. Man, come on now. It's time for us to wake up. It's time for these black men to stand up, and I ain't about to keep on biting my tongue about that. We got all these black men walking around, peacocking around here, strutting they stuff with their chest poke out, screaming red, black, and green, black power. But when it comes up to the elimination of black power in the city government, y'all are no-show.
Wow.
Y'all let them take y'all mama house. Y'all let them take y'all grandma house. Y'all let them take y'all great-grandma house. Y'all let them take all your mama house, and y'all still ain't stood up. Y'all let these women out here, knowing they can't afford rent, living in a shelter with 3 kids while you sitting up living house to house. And all y'all women out there that's taking care of these bums, y'all is responsible too. Y'all need to go on a vagina strike. Don't spend no tax dollars with them. When y'all get y'all income tax check, don't spend no tax dollars with them. Don't buy no Jordans for them, and turn off that Xbox and call them to duty outside of Nintendo and Xbox. Call them to the damn streets. I'm sick and tired of y'all sisters too, up there sitting up there taking care of these damn men like they your baby. Them ain't your kids, them grown men. Tell them to get out there in the street and fight for you to get lower rent. Tell them to go out there and fight for your grandmother's house. Tell them to go out there and turn back your water bills on. Ain't none of y'all street, ain't none of y'all gangster until we get these waters back on. Ain't none of y'all streets, ain't none of y'all gangsters until we get these people houses paid in full. Cut the damn check.
Woo! And she's just warming up. I am Sam Riddle on 910 AM Superstation, and that was and is Detroit City Charter Commissioner Joanna Underwood going in, speaking truth to the streets. Now the streets will respond one way or another, but I tell you what really irritates me, Joanna Underwood, it's like you say, everyone's bad. They'll jump up at me and you, but they'll let the scrawniest little white person move them. Move them. Anywhere that scrawny little white person wants to move them. Because we have been conditioned to our own genocide. You spoke it. During a time when the city of Detroit assessor's office, the city of Detroit mayor, and there have been mayors before him playing the same game, committing illegal property tax assessments. When I look at the audience at some of these forums, I see infinitely more women than men. And you're right. It is the elders that are still carrying the ball. Now, if we were doing these events 10 o'clock at night, maybe some of the guys would show up, club time, just leaving the house. But Joanna Underwood, you make a very heavy point. Now, someone is going to say she's castrating black men. No. Black men have already castrated themselves by not standing strong when it's time to stand.
We only as good as our men. At the end of the day, I'm a realist, and I'm a real black woman, and I support black men that's supporting our community and supporting our people. I know what time it is. I know it's still a man world. I know that man still control the seats of power. And if when you got a weak man leadership, when you got weak black leadership, that means you're going to have a lot of people dying out here.
Yeah, I hear you, Joanna Underwood. Now, Joanna, as you look at this situation, and it is a very grave situation, what is to be done? How do we reach these brothers?
Let me tell you something. I was thinking about that all last night. People saying, well, they need to be taught. They need to be taught. Let me tell you something. They don't need to be taught. They know how to fight. They see that they living on the block every day. They see them houses abandoned. They know their grandma lost their house. They know their baby mamas can't afford that rent. I'm here to explain to you, brothers, what is causing the reason why your grandma lost the house, the reason why your baby mama can't afford that rent. I'm here to tell you why. I'm here to tell you why you're being gentrified out of your city. That's why I'm here to tell you. I'm here to tell you that we have men in power right now. 3 white men controlling the city of Detroit, controlling $2 billion of your money that is using it to exterminate you. And I need you to stand up as a black man. Don't fight me. Don't fight it. See, y'all brothers, all y'all know how to do is fight a female. I need y'all to stand up and fight the real enemy of the people. And it ain't the brother on the block, and it ain't me talking on this radio station. It's you. Look in that mirror. You need to look at yourself and look at yourself and understand that you are losing as a man. You are losing your women. You are losing your children. You are losing the city that people have fought and died for you to live in. And it might be a raggedy city, whatever the case may be. I don't care what condition that hood is. It's yours. It's yours, and that's all you know, and you need to fight for it because you ain't got nothing coming unless you do.
Oh, my goodness. Absolutely. Whatever you did, the board is completely lit up again. Some folks dropped off. They couldn't handle it. Others said, I'm going to call in. And where should these young black men be on Friday at 10 o'clock?
They should be down there at the county building. We going and you got to get up. Y'all sit up there and party 3 or 4 in the morning. Y'all need to stay up, pop some pills, whatever y'all be popping. Stay up and be at that county building so we could go down there and demand our money so they can cut the check so we can save some of these people's houses. They about to foreclose on thousands of houses on March the 31st. That's next month. We got less than 30 days. We need y'all to be out here on Friday. Y'all black men, y'all revolutionaries, y'all armchair revolutionaries, y'all want to be revolutionaries, need to be out there, and all y'all brothers up here talking about y'all hustling, y'all hugging the blocks, y'all doing this, y'all doing that. Let me see y'all go down there and hug the Wayne County building.
Yeah,
and demand.
Talking about the Coleman Alexander Young Municipal Center.
Coleman
yeah,
Young.
Woodward. Woodward and Jefferson, you know where it is.
Yeah, shut down Woodward and Jefferson.
Yeah,
like
show up there.
Yeah, like I shut down the
10 o'clock,
lodge.
Friday morning. That's day after tomorrow. Be there. Do that. Yeah. And another direct action you can do is to vote no. Vote no on that DIA millage. Until they cut checks, until they make people whole after ripping off, stealing their houses with illegal property tax assessments. We can do something. You can show up, you can vote. And they'll be going in on Joanna. We need to go in on ourselves, damn it. Thomas, you're on the air.
A wild scene today inside Detroit City Hall as protesters temporarily shut down the building, doing it in support of overtaxed Detroit homeowners. Some even saying Detroiters shouldn't pay taxes. Tim Pamplin was there as things got loud quickly.
Detroit police descending en masse to the Coleman A. Young Municipal Center. There's about 50 protesters were outside. An equal number of protesters bringing the lobby to a standstill. An organizer says the goal is simple.
It is to disrupt business as usual in the city of Detroit. What has occurred in Detroit is a human rights travesty.
But people have lost their homes for taxes they didn't owe. People are in agreements for taxes they don't owe. Nothing is right, and we'll be back.
That's organizer Agnes Hitchcock. Here's some video. She was threatened with arrest if she stepped foot back in the building. Security then started locking the doors. Well, that didn't go over too well. And then Detroit police made the decision.
The city council building is now closed. It's now closed for public safety.
City Hall was closed for about an hour while the protesters dispersed. That's the scene downtown. Tim Pamplin, Local 4.
You know, we just got a statement from the mayor's office, and it says in part that the mayor has been working on this issue since running for office in 2013. And within his first month in office, the mayor says he cut assessments by 22% to try to correct the problem. His administration says they continue to look for solutions to help residents impacted by the over-assessments. He'll be my guest Sunday morning on Flashpoint, and I imagine it will come up.
Inner cities where black folks are. Whether it's Baltimore, Chicago, New York, Detroit, you name it. You depopulated, and this is one of the way. This is one way. You didn't know about it, but now you do. Illegally raise the property taxes. That's how you will get a motherfucker out. Even if you own the property. All right? If you can't maintain your property taxes each year, you got to fucking sell. And that's a clever way people within local governments will depopulate and force black folks out. This is just what happens, man. And the whole goal, again, is to get those black folks out of Detroit because they want to move in the Arabs, they want to move in the Asians for those businesses out there. And hey, I'm not that mad because, look, we had these inner cities for 30, 40 years. And we didn't do nothing but create gangs, sell drugs, rob, kill each other, and do dumb shit. We had these major cities, Chicago, Baltimore, Detroit, you name it, New Jersey. We dominated population-wise and political-wise for 30, 40 years. We didn't do a goddamn thing with it. Well, the black feminists who've been in control of black politics for 40 years ain't do a goddamn thing with these damn cities that they've been fucking running. And now the Asians and Hispanics are there to take these businesses in these cities back. And these black feminists are not going to be able to fight against it. Why? Because these black feminists decided to separate themselves from their black men politically 30, 40 years ago. They told themselves they don't need no man. They can do it all by themselves. Here we are, 2020. And these broads are being fucking kicked out of Detroit. No help from their feminist sisters. No help. They're bringing in the Arabs, the Asians, and the Hispanics. What happened to the dedication that these black feminists had to the Democrat Party within Chicago? Why are the local politicians kicking those loyal black feminists to the side, and they rather bring in and work with the fucking Arabs and the Asians and Hispanics? This was bound to happen because the black feminists don't hold any real power, honestly. And they thought they could maintain these cities without black men politically. Decent professional black men politically. Thinking black men. And they haven't been able to maintain these cities. These cities are falling apart. All fucked up. All right? And now, Detroit is being bought up by all these different foreign investors. This is what you get, dude. But hey, like I said, these black inner cities have been controlled by black feminists politically for the past 40 years. They didn't need no man. They were independent. And this is what you got. This is what you got. In 2017, the city government denied In 2017, the city government denied every Detroit homeowner due process when it came to their property tax assessment, said Sam Skornberg, one of the attorneys behind the lawsuit. The city knew the notices went out late. They tried to announce some half-hearted measures, such as an extension that they announced through a press release and a city meeting. Of course, and they know those black folks aren't going to read the fucking press release. This was not enough. This is not constitutional due process, Skulberg said. U.S. Rep. Rashida Tlaib worked on the issue. She's another Arab. She's representing, this is the fucking chick that's representing the black folks in Detroit who lost their houses to overtaxation. Now, look, I support her efforts in trying to defend the black folks, but people like her are the ones moving into Detroit and buying Detroit up. Her relatives, her fucking uncles and fucking friends from wherever fucking country that she comes from, they're the ones moving into fucking Detroit. I should show you this attorney that's representing those folks in Detroit so you can see. It's like, I don't know, dude. It's strange because the same folks that are moving into Detroit to buy the land up, the Arabs and shit, are the same folks representing the black folks who were overtaxed and pushed out. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, never mind. Fuck it. Let me see. In 2017, Detroiters had no real right to appeal their systematic inflated assessment due to the city's failure to mail timely notices of assessment and the right to appeal. Tlaib said, "This is not right." Let me get my cigar lit. Hey, I don't feel sorry. I can't feel sorry because when you look at the black politics within the past 40 years, you can just see how these black feminists really thought they could do it without the logical, productive black man. And these black feminists made it clear that they were only about the development of black girls and black women. They totally excluded black boys and black men. This has been their message and their motto for what? 40 years. And now that everything is falling apart within black America, these same black feminists want you to all of a sudden, you as a logical black guy, step in charge and take control of the situation. Fuck out of here. That's like letting a bitch fly an airplane, right? And then all of a sudden she wants you to take the driver's seat, the pilot seat, once the fucking airplane is descending and about to crash. No, bitch. You were driving this airplane for 40 fucking years. Well, this is a hypothetical. I'm just giving you an example. You've been driving this airplane all this time, and now the airplane's crashing. Now you want me to take control. No, bitch. Let it crash, you dumb whore. I told you 20 years ago, you can't do this shit by yourself, you stupid bitch. And now, the Democrats are kicking your dumb ass to the side. See, the liberal Democrats are done using black women, so they're kicking them out of corporate America, especially the white girls that are Gen Z, Generation Z, the little young white girls in their 20s now. Oh, no, they're not having it. They're kicking these black chicks out of corporate America, forcing these black chicks into masculine careers, like trucking, warehouse work, fucking, you name it. You take a look around you. You're going to see more and more black women forced into these male-dominated types of work. They can't even bring their daughters to their corporate jobs. You know how you groom, how white folks groom their daughters and sons to take their corporate position, and they'll bring them to work and all this. Now, they don't let black chicks do that. I'm telling you, as time goes on, you're going to see how these white feminists dispose of black women. All right, and I'm not going to feel sorry, because these black broads went along with it, and they shitted on black men. They pushed black men to the side and thought they could do it all by themselves without black men, you bitch, and you're going to suffer. And all you black dudes out there that are about something, you have to carefully filter these black whores that you allow in your circle. Again, carefully filter these black whores you allow in your circle, because many of them have proven to be treacherous, and they will try to change face, once they see the writing on the wall. But no, you got to you as a logical black man, you got to take names before it gets too heated, and before these bitches feel that heat, so you can know who was fucking, showing treacherous behavior at the onset, instead of waiting and trying to figure out when this bitch is in front of you asking for help. No, it's too late. You got to know this bitch's history. She got to show you a fucking history of not being treacherous. Other than that, leave these bitches alone, dude. The lawsuit's assertion can be proven false with a simple Google search. Detroit assessor Alvin said in a statement, "You can check. The city mailed out the 2017 notices on January 24th and in an appropriately timed manner, and the city extended the appeals period by 2 weeks to last the entire month of February. This suit has nothing to do with concerns about overassessment in prior years. It refers only to 2017. Even the Detroit News analysis does not question the accuracy of our assessment beginning that year," Horn said. So he's making an argument that the notices were sent out promptly, and whatever the case may be, man. Dude, look, this is how you depopulate a city. All right? And if you had thinking black men there along the way, I mean, this could have been pointed out years ago, decades ago. But no, the thinking black men said, all right, I'm going to take my skills and go elsewhere. And I'm not going to allow myself as an individual thinking black man be taken advantage of like this. So you got your thinking class of black men that just left and said, fuck that. They left Detroit and said, fuck that. Meanwhile, the black folks in Detroit allowed themselves to be exploited like this. And this is why you didn't have your thinking black men there to catch this type of shit in Detroit, because they left. And they left the dumb idiots there that can't read that couldn't read the fucking tax information or figure out something was going wrong. And it took this long to find out, after billions of dollars have been lost in wealth. Shit. All right, let's go ahead. But the groups behind the lawsuit, known as the Coalition for Poverty Tax Justice, say the city owes overtaxed homeowners more than just a retroactive mea culpa. They want the city to take additional steps to make it right for them, especially for the thousands of people who have lost homes to tax foreclosure since 2008, many of whom were illegally overassessed. It's fucked up, man. Or would have qualified for a low-income property tax exemption. Damn. That's sweet. Look in your state, dude. If you can show that you don't qualify, because look, I know motherfuckers that make good money, and they hide their assets good enough to where they can qualify for that low-income property tax exemption. Because, I mean, dude, motherfucker, I don't know. Let's say if you live in an area where the property tax is like fucking $12,000 a year or something. I mean, I don't think they'll let you, because see, my property tax is up there. I ain't gonna lie, because the property value is high. But I wonder, like, if you live in a house that's worth a certain amount, is that based on, like, all right, you live in this house that's worth a certain amount, so you will never qualify for it? Or is it just based on, regardless of the house you live in, it's just based on what your annual salary is, or what you prove that you bring in? Because, I mean, you can live in a fucking house that you got to pay $15,000 a year in property taxes, but you can show that, hey, I only make fucking $800 a fucking month or some shit. And then they'll be like, all right, you qualify. But why do you live in this big-ass house then? Well, I got the house when I was doing good, you can say. And once I got the house, my salary went down. That's why I should qualify for this low-income property tax exemption. I mean, that's just, hey, if you want to save an extra $12,000 a year or some shit, I ain't even telling you to fucking commit no fraud. I'm just saying. Let's move the fuck along. Machiavelli, Don Machiavelli. The coalition's demands include an across-the-board cut of assessment for all properties value $30,000 and under. Damn. Making it easier for homeowners to figure out if the city is overcharging them. All right, dude, I'm done with this shit, man. Detroit, they some scandalous folks over there. My question is, look, they always got a bitch in the front trying to fucking be the voice of some shit. Hold on. Look at this. Where'd that picture go with that bitch? Look at this shit. Always got a bitch. Always got a female. You don't follow a woman, you dumb motherfuckers. During the same press conference, they had a bitch as a speaker. A black chick as a speaker. Why do you continue allow women to lead the fucking way and be a spokesperson? These whores are easily compromised. I don't give a fuck if she got a dashiki on or not. The bitch probably a feminist. She probably got feminist ideology. You let these bitches lead for 40 years. These bitches been in the driver's seat in black America. Politically, economically, and look what these fuckers delivered in these inner cities. They picked the father of their kids. Don't get this twisted. These whores picked the father of their kids. They raised their kids. These are the women that fucking created these fucked up inner cities. Baltimore, Chicago, Detroit. Why? Because they put their gender before their race 40 years ago. I gotta go, man.
Dozens gathering tonight for a town hall meeting addressing Detroit's property tax controversy. The meeting comes after Mayor Mike Duggan said in his State of the City address that overtaxed homeowners from 2010 to 2016 shouldn't expect to see any cash coming back to them. Victor Williams is in Midtown tonight, where homeowners aren't ready to give up the fight just yet.
Well, this was yet another meeting to discuss the overtaxation scandal and where those who were overassessed could possibly go from here.
We haven't seen this number of property tax foreclosures in American history since the Great Depression.
Under the backdrop of a banner saying "Make Us Whole," dozens of homeowners showed up to Bethel AME Church Wednesday night, eager to hear what comes next, after it was revealed that Detroit residents were overtaxed a whopping $600 million between the years of 2010 and 2016.
I would request that you immediately suspend the auction, suspend foreclosures, and forgive all of the debt of all the people that are in the payment plans.
The meeting was organized by Council President Pro Tem Mary Sheffield and featured members of the Coalition of Property Tax Justice and college professor Bernadette Atuane. Collectively, all three have organized a list of demands that can help possibly alleviate the situation.
The only way it stops is with compensation, y'all.
Even though Mayor Mike Duggan recently said that the money overassessed from property taxes was already spent.
I'm just going to tell you the truth, that people who got assessed in 2011 and 2012, that money has been spent. And they have no way of recovering it except to levy a huge property tax, which would just raise everybody's property tax rates and cause another round of foreclosures.
However, those who conducted the meeting are insisting people are still being overtaxed.
Still to this day, Right now, people who have homes that are below $30,000 are still being overassessed.
And we're told that this upcoming Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. there will be a city council meeting further discussing this scandal. Reporting tonight, Victor Williams, Local 4.
There's no such thing as a nonviolent revolution. The only kind of revolution that's nonviolent is the Negro Revolution. The only revolution based on loving your enemy is the Negro Revolution. That's no revolution. A revolution is bloody. Revolution is hostile. Revolution knows no compromise. Revolution overturns and destroys everything that gets in its way. And you sitting around here like a knot on the wall saying I'm going to love these folks no matter how much they hate me.
You call us savages and beasts and mad dogs running the street burning and looting, but we're doing this not for the destruction of the world, but we're trying to prove one point. We want freedom and justice and equality. We want to be treated equal. The best thing to do is give us freedom or at this place a riot with blood.
Here in Detroit, a city of war.